So here we are at day 29, and you need to know we're nearly there now. Do you think you have learnt during these daily challenges? What have you learnt? Does anything stand out for you? I would love to hear from you. Maybe you could email me and let me know your thoughts. Why don't you email me to let me know about the most important thing that you've learnt over the last few weeks? So if you're not new, but you've been with me for a while, you'll know already that what we're trying to do as we're working through the Bible Books Challenge is we're trying to work out from a picture which book of the Bible the picture represents. But hopefully also you have been spending some time in those books as well to get a summary of what the book is all about. Did you work out the two pictures from yesterday, pictures number 18 and 19? Well, here they are, and this first one, I have to say, the more I keep looking at this picture, the more I think that the picture is actually modelled on somebody that you may know at St Mary's, if you're from St Mary's. He looks very much like maybe our curate. What do you think? I'm not saying any more than that. But anyway, this picture is about coming events. You'll see it's announced on the door there. What title do you think the man in the picture has? He is, of course, a reverend, or Rev for short. I wonder if his surname might be Elation. If his surname was Elation, then when you put his title together with his surname, then he would be called Rev Elation. Now that's actually the book that we're looking at today, Revelation. That's this picture. And now this is a special book, and it's the very last one in the Bible, and it reveals details of the coming events in history when Jesus returns in all his glory, and he returns for the second time. Now yesterday we talked about the Apostle Paul. You remember a postal ship, apostleship? Well, this one was actually written by another apostle, and it was the Apostle John. And he wrote it when he was a very old man. And he was living on an island called Patmos in the Aegean Sea, which is part of the Mediterranean Sea. It's on the north side of the Mediterranean Sea, and it's around the area of Greece. The book includes lots of wonderful and hard to understand visions that have both inspired and puzzled people ever since. So that's Revelation. And picture number 19, here we go. Hoopla and Titos, I call this one. Hoopla and Titos. What have we got? You've got a picture. It's like a target. It's got some things to hoopla onto. There's a duck. He looks as if he may well have escaped from prison. He's a convict duck. Now, the game that he's actually playing, the convict duck is playing, well, I doubt whether you've ever seen or played it yourself. He's kind of not tossing hoops, but he's tossing ties. The game is called Titos. And it sounds like the book in the New Testament that this picture represents. Can you get it? It's a really short book. It's actually called Titus. A clue for the big idea of the book is the convict duck, or conduct. The book is a conduct manual. Conduct is how we behave, isn't it? And it's a manual that was written so that people would know how they should behave. Titus was a leader in the church on the island of Crete, which is also in the Mediterranean Sea, like when John was in Patmos. So Crete is an island there, and it was a difficult job because many of the people living there were absolute, well, how would we describe them? They were scoundrels. That's an old word, isn't it? They were rebels. They were up to mischief. And so Paul gives Titus lots of practical advice about how all the different generations should relate to one another in a pure and a godly manner. He was teaching them about godly living and good conduct. So that's our two books there. And so to our next two pictures. Here's our next two. So what do we have first of all in this picture? You'll see that we have a J with a bow and arrow, and he's aiming. So that's that one. And then our last picture for today, that would be picture number 21. Now this one may be a little bit familiar. So there's a clue there that it is actually similar to one we've done already. So work those two out, work out which book of the Bible those two pictures represent. Take a little bit more time in there as well. And I hope that you have lots of fun overnight, and I will return tomorrow, which actually it's day 30, so that means it's Friday. You get a bonus picture, so you'll get 3 pictures on Friday. And have lots of fun and stay safe. God bless.